What if I told you the future of smartphones isn't about more cameras, higher refresh rates, or slightly better battery life, but about completely transforming the way we use mobile devices? Enter the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7, the boldest, thinnest, and most futuristic foldable device Samsung has ever created. With its ultra-slim 4.2mm profile when unfolded, a nearly invisible crease, a powerful 200-megapixel camera, and Galaxy AI running on Android 16 under One UI 8, this phone isn't just an upgrade, it's a redefinition. The Z Fold 7 signals a clear pivot for Samsung, not just toward foldables, but toward devices that blur the lines between phone, tablet, and AI-driven productivity hub. At Tech Insights, we don't just review specs, we break them down to understand what they mean in real-world performance and the greater smartphone ecosystem. And right now, Samsung isn't just iterating, they're rewriting the foldable playbook. So let's unpack the Galaxy Z Fold 7 and see how it compares, where it leads, and whether it's worth the price. Let's begin with the physical form factor, because in a device like this, design is not just aesthetic, it's functional. At 4.2mm when unfolded and just 8.9mm when folded, the Z Fold 7 is the thinnest foldable ever produced by Samsung. To put that into perspective, it's thinner than a standard pencil and significantly slimmer than the Z Fold 6, which measured 5.6mm open and 12.1mm closed. This dramatic reduction is largely due to the removal of the S Pen digitizer, the introduction of a titanium backplate, and an entirely re-engineered hinge. The hinge mechanism now includes fewer moving parts, a new dual-axis gear system, and friction-dampening gel inserts, which provide both durability and a buttery smooth open-close experience. It's so refined that the movement feels more like a book than a mechanical fold. Now let's shift focus to the displays, the area where most users are either won over or turned off by foldables. The inner display is an 8.2-inch dynamic AMOLED 2X panel with a 120Hz refresh rate and a peak brightness of 2600 nits. It also supports HDR10+, meaning your streaming experience is as close to OLED TV quality as you'll get on a smartphone. Samsung claims this is their flattest, most seamless folding panel to date, and based on the specs, that's not marketing fluff. They've utilized new ultra-thin glass with a nano-layered structure that disperses stress across the fold axis, reducing visible crease depth by 84% compared to the Fold 6. The 6.5-inch outer display has also been widened, offering a 21:9 aspect ratio closer to a traditional smartphone. This means better usability for one-handed tasks, typing, and app navigation. Unlike older Fold generations where you felt forced to use the inner screen for most things, the Z Fold 7's cover display finally feels like a standalone flagship on its own. Samsung's choice to replace the under-display camera with a 4-megapixel punch-hole selfie shooter on the inner display is controversial. On one hand, it sacrifices the seamless aesthetic achieved with the UDC in the Fold 3 and Fold 4. But on the other, Samsung argues that selfie and video call quality is now vastly improved. Our analysis agrees. Early image samples show enhanced sharpness, dynamic range, and low light clarity, likely due to improved sensor tuning and lens quality. From a technical standpoint, the decision makes sense. Most consumers prioritize quality over design purity, especially with the rise of mobile conferencing, video blogging, and AI-assisted imaging. Moving to performance, the Z Fold 7 is powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 for Galaxy, branded as the Elite chip. It's a custom-tuned version with a peak clock speed of 3.4 GHz and a dedicated AI coprocessor optimized for on-device processing. Samsung pairs this chip with 12GB or 16GB of LPDDR5X RAM and UFS 4.0 storage options from 256GB up to 1TB. What does that mean in real-world use? Blistering speeds in app switching, desktop-class multitasking with up to 3 resizable windows, and console-level gaming. Benchmarks place the Z Fold 7 ahead of every other foldable in single-core and GPU tests, narrowly beating the Pixel Fold 2 and even the Red Magic 9 Pro in sustained frame rate stability. That's partially due to Samsung's new vapor chamber cooling system that spans the hinge and both halves of the device, spreading heat more evenly than before. Battery life, however, is a mixed bag. The Z Fold 7 maintains the same 4400 mAh capacity as its predecessor, which on paper seems underwhelming. But Samsung counters this with advanced thermal throttling controls, a smarter battery learning algorithm, and improved chip efficiency. You can expect roughly 13 hours of screen-on time under moderate usage, up by 8% from the Fold 6. Charging speeds are still capped at 25-watt wired and 15-watt wireless, which lag behind competitors like Oppo's 65-watt or OnePlus's 80-watt. But there's a silver lining. The Z Fold 7 now supports Qi 2 magnetic alignment charging, essentially introducing MagSafe-style convenience for Android for the first time. Pricing for the Z Fold 7 starts at $1,999 in the US and Rs $1,074,999 in India, with color options including jet black, blue shadow, silver shadow, and a striking coral red. The premium pricing reflects not just innovation, but also Samsung's confidence in its flagship Foldable to be more than a niche device. Pre-reservation offers include up to $50 in Samsung credit, triple rewards points, and a chance to win $5,000. And as always, carrier deals with T-Mobile and AT&T are expected to reduce the effective price significantly with trade-ins. In closing, the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7 is more than a phone. It's a blueprint for the next decade of mobile computing. It's thinner, smarter, more refined, and more useful than any foldable before it. It doesn't just respond to touch, it anticipates it. And with AI playing a central role in how you interact with the device, Samsung is no longer chasing trends, it's setting them. From a technical perspective, every component in the Z Fold 7 exists not just to impress, but to enable. Enable productivity, creativity, and mobility like we've never seen before in a single device. This is Tech Insights, and if you're as excited about the future of foldables as we are, make sure to hit that like button. Drop your thoughts in the comments and subscribe for our next breakdown, because this is just the beginning. See you in the next one.